Whoa. What's going on, guys? Happy Friday. Big boy Friday, leg day, baby. So we're on our way to the gym now. We're going to smash it today. We're feeling good. We're kind of a meal behind and kind of not. So normally I'm training around at like 11, give or take. 11:30, something around there. With 3 meals in me. It's 2:20 right now. I'm on my way to the gym with 3 meals in me. So what happened was I knew I had plenty of time today. And I had to get up early. But I just didn't get enough sleep last night. So the sleep I got last night, quality-wise, was okay. So like when I got up for a couple clients this morning, I wasn't shot. But it was like 6 hours worth. And for me, like I said, since I had the time today, I didn't have to rush anything. I knew I'd be better off going home, getting a couple things done, taking a bit of a nap, and then having another meal and going to the gym. So that's what we did. So I got home around 9 something, 10, whatever, a.m. Got a little work done, took a nap, woke up for my 3rd meal, which is my normal pre-workout meal, and now, baby, we're on the way. So in terms of calories in for what I'm used to having during a lift, we're good. That's normal. It's like any other day. As far as my calories for the whole day, I'm like 1 meal behind right now. Maybe a half a meal behind, because I'm usually getting that 4th meal in around 3. It's 2:30 right now, so we're a smidge behind. But, we'll just push 2 meals closer together later, and that'll fix that right up, huh? So we'll be all right. Certainly, I'm not worried about it. I'll probably cut anything today that can act as a bit of an appetite suppressant. So like coffee, for instance. I love a good cup of coffee, personally. Now, ironically, I've never been somebody who's needed coffee to wake me up in the morning because, well, the caffeine never really did anything for me. It never got me going. Maybe it's the years of pre-workout abuse. That could have something to do with it. But I remember even being a kid, before I touched pre-workout or anything, and I got my first iced coffees and stuff in high school, and it never really got me going. I've always needed a lot of stuff to keep me going. I take 1 ibuprofen, nothing happens. I take 6, I feel pretty good. It helps. That reminds me, and then I'll jump back with a quick little story for you. When I got my deviated septum fixed, because I had a really bad deviated septum. There's 3 things that can be wrong with your nose. This side had 2 out of the 3, and this side had all 3. So my one side, my one nostril, was getting like 20% oxygen in my entire life. The other side was getting basically 0. So I remember the surgeon said, because if you ever heard about people getting those deviated septums fixed, right? Sorry, just construction, and we're good. We're out of it. All right. They'd stick like that packing up your nose. Like my finger would be the packing. It'd be like way up here for like 5 days. My doctor said he's like, John, your nose is so bad because we did so much in there. You're going to want to keep those in for 10 days. So I kept them in for 10 days. And that's a painful surgery. The recovery, it was brutal. It was brutal. Because you use your face for everything. Chewing, you felt it, breathing and everything, you felt it. Something funny that happened with the breathing, though, was he said most people get concerned after the surgery because when the packing's in, obviously since it's packing in your nose, he's like, you're not going to be able to breathe very well. So it'll feel like you can breathe worse after the surgery than you could pre-surgery. He's like, your nose is so bad. He goes, you'll probably breathe better with those giant things in your nose than you have beforehand. And sure enough, he was right. which was hysterical. That was a wild time. The recovery for that was wild, man, because it was constant. There was just always constantly blood and blood and blood, and just cleaning it out and stuff like that, making sure it healed properly. I went through like a bottle of saline a day. It was just constantly spraying shit up my nose. Not the fun stuff. Nor have I ever touched it. Nor if I could have touched it if I wanted to. It wouldn't have gone anywhere. It would have hit the brick wall of my fucking nose. But anyway, where was I going with that? Oh, needing a lot of stuff to actually work for me. These motherfuckers. They gave me a prescription of hydrotylenol. If you don't know what hydrotylenol is, it's essentially, extra strength Tylenol you can buy at the store. It's basically extra strength Tylenol. As if you took like 2 or 3 of them at a time. And it said, take as directed. Like once every 4 hours if you're in pain. No refills. I'm like, this is ridiculous. Sure enough, I'm in a lot of pain in my face, just trying to breathe. I couldn't really eat, so I was pretty much drinking beef shakes all week. And I'll tell you what else I was eating in a second. But I went through all those hydrotylenol. I'm like, hey, can I get a refill? I go, because this is crazy. Like, no, we can't give you a refill of it. I'm like, of like magic Tylenol, you can't? I go, but there's Oxycontin everywhere. And then I realized there's Oxycontin everywhere. So I started taking some better painkillers, which helped tremendously, let me tell you. So I pretty much spent that whole week feeling nice and limber on Oxycontin, leaning back on a couch. I restarted Pokemon Arceus, if you ever played that game, because I knew it would just be one of those things I could just kill the week on. Because I wasn't working, I was doing it, I was just sitting there. I could just kill the week on it. And in the mornings, I would like muster up enough energy, because the anesthesia did hit me pretty hard. I was on my ass for a couple days after that, like a good week. My body wasn't feeling right because it's not used to that stuff in it. I'd like muster up the energy to go to Dunkin' Donuts. I get 4 large iced coffees and a box of munchkins, like a box of 50 munchkins. And I was just drinking caramelized coffees all day long and just popping munchkins all day. All my protein came from drinking egg whites and drinking beef shakes. Matter of fact, what are we at now? 8:26, I'll remember that. 8 minutes, 20 seconds in, whatever, something like that. I have a picture of me after the surgery drinking a beef shake with a milkshake straw, because I couldn't open my mouth wide enough to what do you call it? Drink anything. Like I couldn't lean my head back really. I couldn't open my mouth wide enough to put any food in there. So I made my beef shakes, and I'm like, you know what? Let me get those fat milkshake straws I've seen at the grocery store. So I got those. I was drinking beef shakes with a straw, with just a gauzy, bloody mustache kind of looking like thing. I sent that picture to everybody. I was cracking up. High as a kite, just cracking up, man. And I couldn't wait to get back to the gym. That was a slow process for a return to the train, though, man. That was a real slow training back process, because, whenever you're hitting the 10th set, right, you feel a pressure in your face. But I couldn't let too much pressure accumulate in my face, otherwise the stitches would pop out. So it was slowly increasing my pressure threshold, week by week, whatever, until I knew it was okay. And I gave it extra time because, when the doctor says don't have any pressure on your face, they're not talking about the guy who's about to squat, 600 pounds. they're talking to the person who's like, hey, be careful when you're walking to the kitchen. So I made sure to take that into account. But the doctor I had he did an incredible job. Fantastic job, great doctor. Big fan. That changed my life, man, that surgery. I didn't have to make it look pretty or anything like that. That doesn't bother me. It's a little Italian crooked over. But, whatever. It doesn't bother me. But the fact that I can breathe, man, I can sleep for the first time in my life after that surgery. It was incredible. I remember when I had to go back to the office to have them take the padding out, right? The tampons out of my nose. And he's like, I took my first breaths. And I was like, oh my, it was incredible. Of course it didn't stay that open because it was just, artificially pumped open because of those things. But I was like, oh my God. There was just so much air in there at once. And it was a chilly day too, so I had that chill in the air of it, like, whew, one of those. I put that surgery off for so many years because I wasn't able to do it. Just time-wise, I just couldn't take time off work or whatever was going on. But I'm so relieved that's all said and done, because it got so bad to the point where I couldn't sleep. There was times I was sending a picture to my girl back then, and on Easter, it was the day before Easter. I was supposed to come over, see her family, whatever, and they do the full Italian family, so they do like a really big Easter, and all the men do like a day before Easter get together. They've always done, and I had never gone to that, and I was supposed to go that year, and I'm like, babe, I don't think I'm gonna make it this year. It's like, why? What's wrong? Blah blah blah. I sent her a picture of my face. This was pre-surgery. I'm just blown up, just totally swollen. I sounded like, I don't know, a very deep Donald Duck. Just, I wasn't getting any words out, nothing. She's like, oh my God, just freaking out. Like, oh my God, stay home. It was rough. And when it was that swollen, I couldn't eat anything because I couldn't breathe. That's why I've always done liquid foods, because it's just always been making sense for my nose, and then I got used to it, I completely forgot where we were and what led to this story. I know it was because of taking a lot of things that's not working well. It was caffeine. It was caffeine, pre-workout, leading up to that. Oh man, I'm sorry, guys. Forgot about that. But unless this was it, because there was something funny that happened yesterday. I think this was it. Where, if you saw yesterday's video, right? I was talking about haters and people leaving hate comments and bullshit and blah blah blah. Not even that it happens to me regularly. It hasn't happened kind of in a while. I'll get the occasional, stupid thing, but nothing like at you. You know what I mean? And then sure enough, yesterday, before I even posted the video, it was not like they saw it and said I should hate on him. I got one, and it was a guy commenting on an older video of mine, where I was, in the posing room saying, like, I don't know if I'm fat, how do I look? Like, what do you think? Should we stay this lean, or should we push a little bit further bulk-wise? And I said something about being in, like, I think I'm in pretty great shape. Like, I'm looking pretty good. And he goes, if this is what great shape is, then I guess you're a fat fuck, or something along those lines. I guess you're fat. And I clicked on his profile. Sure enough, I don't think the guy worked out. And his profile was, like his bio, was in a different language. I did the translate, didn't translate over to make any sense. So I wasn't sure what language. It was like Arabic, one of those. Now, I'm well aware. I'm not that sheltered, where I know that Americans, pretty much the only people in the world that speak just English. Everybody else out there speaking more than one language, right? So I want to preface before that what I'm about to say. So I commented on it. I said, hey man, I noticed your bio was in a different language. Your compliment must have gotten lost in translation. And I said, thank you, with a heart and like a flexing emoji. Because those people, I never give them a time of day. I'm always kind of a sarcastic little shit with them. They deserve it, you know? I'm not here to appease them or fuel their ego of, oh, I hope I ruined this guy's day. No, I like to have fun. I have a lot of fun with them. I actually have a little collection of screenshots of all hate comments, and eventually I'd like to make a big video of just a collaboration of them. I'm not even sure what I'm going to use it for, but I think it'll be a fun thing to have, a funny little thing, you know? Nobody for what or for what purpose or anything. Maybe a celebration. Like 100,000 subscribers and 1,000 haters. That'd be fun. Because I don't think we're going to get 1,000 hate comments by the time we get 1,000 subscribers. You know, these people don't like me, but they don't hate me that much. Should work on that. I should work on that. Not making them like me. God, no. Just, you know, doubling down. Being me even more. You don't like me? I'll give you a reason not to like me, man. Alrighty. So we are backing into the gym right now. There's going to be a whole different crowd here today. You know, it's funny. Whenever you go to the gym at a different time, you ever notice this? You go to the gym at a totally different time, and you're like, I'm not going to know anybody here. Then you still see somebody you know that's in your regular time. You're like, what are you doing here right now? And they're looking at you like, what the hell are you doing here right now? But guys, on that note, I'm going to slam this pre-workout. Cheers. Ooh. Oh, it hit me twice that time. I'll see you inside. Let's smash legs and get after it, baby. Let me set this up proper for you guys. Because if I do these hacks with a mic on my shirt, it's going to sound like I'm screaming at you the whole time. You don't think I train to knit cap every day, do you? All right. So, this is the proprioception set. You've seen me do them a million times. This is the first exercise of the day, hack squats. I'm hoping you can't hear the music. It's loud in here today. But that's why we have the mic. So, I started out with nothing on here, 15 reps, warm the knees up a little bit. 1 plate on 10, 2 plates on 2, 4 plates on, we're doing 6 reps. By no means this is going to strain us CNS-wise. After these 6, we're going to put 6 reps, we're going to put 6 plates on for our actual work set. Let's bang this one out. Whew. Make sure our feet are aligned. Ooh. 3. 4. Oh shit. Whew. We're maybe not 100% today. That was heavier than it should have been, but it's probably just in my own head. So we're gonna take some ample time, rest up, put that 6 plates on like we planned, and man, just get as many as we can. Because no matter what, it's gonna be failure, and that failure is what makes you grow. Doesn't matter what it took to get there. Man, there is a army of bikini competitors here right now. And I mean like, not like one group making a ruckus, I mean like there's 30 of them who are being taken over. So, we should probably show them how to lift some big boy weights and maybe eat a steak. We got 6 plates on here. Last week we had 8 of these. We'll get at least 8. Let's get it. I'll even show you guys the legs. Look at that. All right. Feet in. Whew. Alrighty. Okay. 2, 3, 4. We'll get 2 more of these. Fuck. Real slow. Right back down. Fuck. Sometimes you gotta go right back down. Otherwise, you spend too much time and energy up there thinking about it. That was the last bit of energy you would have needed to get that rep done. Fuck. That was a good one. Onto the horizontal leg press. Whew. Okay. Whoa. Workout is finished. You guys are about to experience this with me. Oh, that's cold. You know when you have a sweaty shirt on, and sorry, I'm just holding the mic, and you sit back on that seat for the first time. Oh, it's always so cold. All right. Sorry about that. Mic is on. We're good to go. Holy shit. Smashed a leg day. Now, I'm sure you're wondering, but John, this is the part of the video where you're usually taking all your clothes off, and why are your pants still on, and are you gonna pose in the car? Well, my friends, remember I told you about the army of bikini girls that were infiltrating the facility? Well, it seems they've taken refuge in the posing room. So there's about 30 of them sitting crisscross applesauce at some little seminar in the way. And I'm not sure if they would have taken kindly to me standing in the middle of all of them, taking my pants off and posing. So I didn't attempt, you know? But the legs were looking good today. They were looking solid. Whew. We got that late start, like I said. God, I'm shot right now. I can't wait to go home and relax. Fortunately, I fed the pup breakfast a little later than normal today, because I kind of knew this was going to happen. Where normally I would have I'd be feeding him in like 5 minutes. I'll be home in about 15, 20 minutes, give or take. About 20, 25 minutes maybe, because it is rush hour. So he'll be good. So my little man needs to get his meals in. So I don't think we're going to make it to the grocery store today, but that's all right. We have plenty at home. I just kind of ran out of stupid stuff, but as far as my staples, they're all there, no problem. Ooh, baby. God, I'm shot. I have that post-workout. You know, excuse me. That post-workout, like, exhaustion that I always have in the posing room because, well, we just finished training and we're shot. Well, that's what I got right now. So we're waking ourselves up out of that a little bit. And let's talk about the workout today, right? So, hack squat, 2 more reps than last week. Great, strong. Now, I'm not sure what happened with the horizontal leg press, because, in a good way, let me tell you. So as soon as I was finishing up the hack squat, there were these 2 guys, met them today. Jay, and I'm like 90% sure the other guy said his name was Sam. Let's say Jay and Sam. Now, they were working out, and they were just about to go on that machine. So and they were, they're looking for 45s because I stole them all for my hack squat. It's right next to it. So I said, hey guys, why don't you take the weights? And by the way, can I work in with you? And of course, no problem whatsoever. So we're training together, having a good workout. I always start with 2 plates. 2 plates, 12 reps, no problems. I put 4 plates on there. 4 plates, my proprioception set, right? We hit that, and it felt meh heavy, like heavier than I anticipated it to feel. But, you know, it wasn't a big deal. So, not that it was straining or anything, just I was aware of it, you know? It was one of those. And then I put the 6 plates on. Now, 6 plates, I had 8 reps on there the week prior. That was always my number that I was just kind of consistently hitting. Pretty difficult. It was pretty difficult for it. I'm not sure if it was the mental of having a spotter there or what it was, but I hit the 8. I'm like, and then I went for 12. Hit 12. I don't want to say no problem. I felt it, but I could have gone well past it. Well past it. So we're aware of that our body is significantly stronger than what I thought it was in that move. Because it's not like I half-assed the hack squats. You know, I hit a new PR rep-wise on the hack squats too, and then went over to that leg press. So it's not like we went in with more energy than normal. You know, we went in after a balls-out set, and it was great. Which is great, man. Because, like I said, I don't know if it was because the spotter was there or not, but have you ever heard the story of the first person to run the 4-minute mile? If you have, enjoy it again. If you haven't, enjoy it for the first time. So everybody thought, for whatever reason, running a 4-minute mile was impossible. It wasn't going to happen, right? Until eventually, one man broke it. And as soon as one person broke it, people broke through it no matter what, consistently. You have high school kids breaking through it. But after it took that one person to break through it, and people would fail like 4:05, you know what I mean? Like 4 minutes and 5 seconds, just over 4 minutes. Because that mind connection barrier was always there, where they thought that it was simply impossible. The human body wasn't capable of running 4 minutes a mile. Excuse me, a mile in 4 minutes. A little baby barf there. Now, it's that same mind muscle mentality as having a spotter there. You know, when you have a spotter there, you know it's going to be okay. You know they'll be able to lift it up and you'll be all right, right? Even though, you know, I had 12 plates on a leg press. There's no spotter that's going to go, oh, sure, let me move this. You know, it would have helped maybe a little bit, but nobody was picking that up. But it's that mental process right up here of there's somebody here to check it out. I'm going to be okay. And with that fortitude, man, you can get a lot more done. So that was a great set. After that, went straight over to the RDLs. 135, no problem. 225, no problem. 315, I started doing rack pulls again recently, and my lower back is still a little fatigued from it. So as soon as I picked up 315, I started bending over. I'm like, yeah, that's not happening today. So I put 315 back. I wasn't going to be stupid. Went over to the donkeys, the donkey calf raises. Smashed those. We did, what'd we do? 260 for 12, no problem. 380 for 8 reps, proprioception set, right? And it maxes out at 400. So we maxed it out at 400 and put a 45 on each side of it. So really we got 490 on there, give or take. Did that for a solid 12. That was a nice set of calves. From there, went to the inners, outers, the adductor, abductors, right? The good girl, bad girls, otherwise known as. Smash those. Did some single leg hamstring curls. Finish off with some extensions, and then the sissy squats. And then we got out of there, man. Because unfortunately, like I said, the posing room has been compromised. I'm sure it'll be fine, tomorrow for arm day, so don't worry. But I open that door, and usually, if there's people just sitting in there not doing anything, you can usually poke your head in and say, like, hey, you guys doing something here? What are you doing? Like, you mind if I come in and pose and use the room for what it's for? But when there's 30 women in there sitting down listening to a lecture of somebody, a cult leader, you get a little worried that they're going to offer you some Kool-Aid, and next thing you know, you're going to be in a bedazzled bikini, getting flowers and asking your family to come to shows. So, we stayed out of there for our own sake. Whew. I'm relieved that the rest of today I can pretty much just, excuse me, God, maybe take another nap. Nah, it's a little late. But pretty much just chill out, I'm going to pump out this video for you guys. I'm going to make a reel for you guys so that we have something to look at, right? Get some nice, good stuff out there. And on that note, I don't have anything else interesting to talk about today. So I'm going to let you guys go. Enjoy the rest of your day. So on that note, my friends, I hope you feed yourselves as much as possible tonight. Get some good food in there. If you're training tomorrow, eat a little bit extra today, a little more than you expected to fuel that exercise, to fuel that Saturday training session. If you train today, eat a little bit more to help recover what you did today in the gym. And I'll see you tomorrow for an awesome arm day, which might feature my buddy John. I'm not sure. I reached out to him he was the guy I reached out to last week to see if he wanted to train. We shall see. My friends, we shall see. Take care.